it is an endless journey. I am never going to stop expanding and learning and growing. As long as I wake up in a body that gives me the experience of being separate from source, I still have work to do.
Yeah.
And it was a really, really intense time from 2017 up until, recently, this past 7 years. It's been another round of letting go and of collapse and of releasing and surrendering over and over. I can't tell you how many times in the past like 5 years I've said, I thought I knew what surrender was, right? I
Seriously.
thought I knew what,
Yeah.
healing was. And it's always been this very parallel thing of my experience is something that always informs my work. And I had a lot of learning to do.
Yeah.
So my ego was thinking like, oh, I've totally cracked the code. Back then I was going by my birth name, Andrew, and I was like, oh, Andrew Martin Energy, that's the T, that's the whole thing. Like, this is just going to be me for the rest of my life. No, changed the name, let go of that identity, went into another. So it was just this realization of like, oh man, I have not even started. I've only just begun. I mean, honestly, I feel like I just graduated recently. And in hindsight, I can see that. But, in the moment when things are going well, it's this sense of like, oh man, I've got this. Like, it's all good now. I'm totally going to have the dream life. And Spirit, as always, was like, that's nice. But
Right. That's a good motivation. Yeah. Let's keep
yeah,
that.
that's a
Well,
good
that's that
idea.
feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to have ideas and dreams, but that's not how it's going to go.
Nope.
So,
Nope.
more than anything, I think for me, it's just been learning how to let go of my own will, learning that
Mhm.
my perspective is there is no free will. I think we get the experience of having free will because Earth School, we come here to remember who we are. And what's the best way to remember who you are than to choose everything that you are not? So
Yes.
we are given the opportunity to choose against ourselves because then we learn through the understanding of like, oh, this isn't it. This isn't it. It's just trial and error.
Mhm.
And once we transcend the physical form and move into the higher frequencies and higher dimensions, we realize that, oh, I am the divine. So why would I ever choose against myself? I don't need free will because the only will there is the divine will.